Hi.
Hello, and welcome to the Partner Panel. This update is a lot shorter, but I do want to talk about the skins, the mastery skins specifically. You like that picture I sent you, by the way?
Oh, dude, I love that picture.
That side by side. I'll show it to everybody here in a sec.
Yeah.
But
no, it was great.
How do you feel about the new? Here, okay, hold on. Let me just throw my 2 cents out there because you know how I am. So the new menu information that they're putting in, right? I like it.
Yes.
I do. The direct messaging, new profile page, so you can see your own individual profile. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to the website. Team chat, holy shit, that's needed. Community tab, right? Community tab, kind of cool. Custom player builds, nice to have. Like you can actually just put your own build and drag that into the game. Super cool. They say and more. Who knows what else? But
let me ask you, what do you think the community tab is?
I'm assuming it's going to be like the community tab on the website. Like you're going to see a whole bunch of community art in there, community videos, etc. Maybe community streams. Maybe they'll have a little partners like drop link in there to show the partner page or whatever.
And that's fine. I was worried because I don't know if you ever played it or not. I played that PlayStation Genesis MOBA.
Okay.
And there was the a community tab, but it was literally for like almost like a Discord. It was like literally you're just messaging, and you could sit there and
their own forum, basically.
Yeah, like little, and it's like so you could, hey, we need one, we need a mid, we need this, whatever, looking for games, or you could just sit there and talk about last game. But the majority of it was two things: either crazy toxicity, you just come in and flame the person that was doing bad in your last game or whatever, or it was bad in that regard. Or they would do friend codes, right? So if you had because there was one hero you couldn't get unless you gave you had a certain amount of friend codes or some of that, and then you could then unlock the hero. So there was people would just spam their friend code in there to get you to get somebody else to try to.
So it's like a global chat is basically.
Yeah, it was really what it was, a global chat, and it's I was like a community. I'm like, I hope that's not what they're going for here, because that just sounds horrible. Like there was nothing good about that.
I doubt it, to be honest with you. Let me go to Fault's community tab here for a sec. So you see how on the community tab on their website, you see community page, overview, partners, showcase, and hold on, I got this shit zoomed in because of the other page, so we can actually see it on a little bit better scale. So you see community page, gaming together, welcome to the Fault family. Page was created to share all amazing content produced by our community and shine a spotlight on outstanding members. So right here, latest partner content, Queen Little Dash, they got her Twitch on there. You can see it, community showcase, Espada, a clip, here goes Russ fucking going ham. Interested in his partnership, you can apply for a partnership right there. But then they got their own individual pages. Click on partners, bam, there go all the different partners. Go to the community showcase, boom, different artworks, different videos that have been posted, highlights, a little bit more of that, just a little bit more towards clips or specific videos, right here, Espada making a video only on Gideon's passive. There's just little things like this.
That one.
I do like the community page. I just honestly feel like this page might just not get enough traction as it should. You feel me? And I feel like even a community page set up just like this with the tabs up top, overview, partner, showcase, highlights, in game with these exact same links, like Russ the Gamer, what a big play, shout out to Russ for saving our community manager from an enemy team. It's a clip, but even all these moments and clips and videos and everything in game in a tab, I feel like are going to get a lot more traction than having to go to the game website then to the community tab. You feel me?
Oh, definitely, because you're gonna have that, you have those times all right, hey, we're picking up Joe, but he's not on yet. He's signing on. Give him a minute. So we're sitting here just kind of waiting for Joe to sign on, so we could just sit there and fumble around the community tab and look at that play. You know, and then for us as streamers, we're gonna be like, oh, we see that video and like, dude, chat, look at this you play, you know, and that was insane, you know, and then maybe one of our plays will be up there, like, look at that, like, oh yeah, my play made it, you know. So no, that'd be good. I think that'd be a lot, and you're gonna get it's definitely gonna get a lot more traction. I mean, hopefully it's not going to get that much traction, because hopefully our queue times are going to be getting lower and lower as we kind of grow, you know, our
I get what you're saying.
Player base grows. But right now, having the lower player base, you know, the queue times can get a little lengthy. You know, you got 5-minute queue time, you got plenty of time to look at a community tab, you know, so it's going to get a lot of traction, a lot more traction on the game than it is going to be on the website for sure.
It'd be cool. I don't know how hard it would be. I can imagine it'd be hella hard considering the details, but it'd be cool to see like the top, you know, the top 10 Twitch clips, for example, just like automatically generate. And as soon as there's a Twitch clip that's trending, you just slowly see it slide its way up to number 1. That might be a little bit harder work, but
it'd be a harder way to track it.
But in its own, that's honestly what I think it is. Like, I got no problem with their current community page. And I think that they're just going to, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I just think they're actually going to put it, you know, put that billboard in an actual busy road so it can get more traction and help build more community. Because right now, besides Discord, there is no official community. Discord and Twitch, maybe. But you feel me? Most of the community is on Discord.
What do you think the new profile page is?
Dude, low-key, I think it's just your profile page from the website. But you can access it in game. That's 100% what I think.
All right, that'd be good as well, because I mean, not everybody's got a setup like you and I, multiple monitors. You know, so I literally have the profile up. I'll have it up on the one monitor. I'm gaming. All right, let's see. You know, I mean, I don't like hardcore follow Elo, but I do check it. Like, all right, well, how much did we lose those last 3 games?
It's hard to not care. It's hard to not care, really.
Well, I kind of gauge it on one of two things: on how well I'm doing. It's not 100% like, hey, if I get Elo, I'm doing great, you know, or if I lose Elo, I'm playing like ass. It's not that, but I kind of base it off of how well I'm climbing. Like, all right, I've been slowly increasing in Elo. All right, I'm doing better. And I base it off of using that Elo, like, okay, seeing the Elo, who was the team I played against? How was their Elo? Like, because obviously with them having a higher Elo means they play a little bit better. So like, how was it? How was my game against them? You know, I got you,
like comparing yourself to another player specifically. Yeah, I could see that.
So that's what I do with it. I mean, I don't like literally just follow Elo, like, oh man, I gotta get that Elo. Give me that Elo, man.
See, too many people like that. But I really do think that the best part about it is, even though a lot of people right now go to the Fault website to look at their profile, with third-party websites like Fault Hub Network or like Fault Metrics, a lot of people are preferring those third-party websites to look at their account information as opposed to on playfault.com. So maybe they're just transferring that over into the game. So now you're in the game. You don't have to alt tab. You don't have to go to a separate window to look at your Fault metrics or whatever. You're in game. Just click on my profile tab and bam, you got all the stats you need right there. Your last match history, etc. So I think it's a smart way for them to kind of reel people back in towards their information, their system, their ecosystem of tabs and stuff, you know? Keep you in the game.
It's the ease of access is going to make them use that more often. I don't think it's necessarily the website per se that's keeping them in that away from using their website. I think it's the fact that like Fault Metrics and Fault Hub Network, like the information you get from them, like you're getting more information. So like you can break it down, like Fault Metrics, you can break it down to, hey, where was I at 10 minutes compared to their ADC at 10 minutes? You know, where was I at 20 minutes compared to their ADC at 20 minutes? You can't do that on the playfault.com. You know, that doesn't work there.
Do you think, you know, kind of playing like devil's advocate sort of here, what if Fault decided to implement all that stuff like Fault Metric and basically just render like website like Fault Metric or Fault Hub Network, like what if they decide to render all those like obsolete and be like, hey, we're the source of information? Or do you think it would be smarter to leave that to the third parties?
I think it'd be better for them to work with the third parties. You know, I think if you were to render them obsolete, then you're just shunning some of your player base away. You know, because that's really what that is. That's the player base that's in there. You know, the fans of the game who love it and want to see it succeed, they went out and made something that the other player base can use. You know, information they can use to get better. You know, I know Wild Throw came to me personally and said, hey, you know, check out this website. Let me know what you think can work, you know, before they actually publish to the website, you know. And I looked at it and I was like, okay. I'm like, what about, you know, I gave him ideas. I this here, this here, this here. I think this would be better. And he's, oh, all right, thank you, you know. And I know he was going around to a bunch of other people, you know, and asking for, you know, ideas and stuff like that. Ironically, I met Wild Throw through you and our Final Fantasy. Oh my gosh, fantasy football we had this year.
Oh,
so
mouse. Hey, the fantasy football, bro. Get me in. Boy. Okay, so I get you.
But I think how that would happen, but let them continue doing their website, but use that information to put it into the game. However you got to do that. Like, I don't know if you're teaming up with them at that time, if they become part of Fault Hub Network, you know, part of Fault or Strange Matter Studios, but like, I think that would be the better way to do that than to because technically the way I see it, Fault Metrics is the one that you go to check your game to see how well you were doing in that game, right? You can check like all your stats however you want to. Yeah, deep stats, right? Fault Hub Network to me is that place that's like showing you your replays and all that stuff, or you know, not necessarily replays because right now, but like they do like the videos,
randomizer,
like the hero randomizer, stuff like that.
Yep.
Right. I think if you teamed up with both of those teams, they're actually two separate websites. You can get similar information, but you teamed up with both of them, and like Fault Hub Network could, when they start doing the replay system, Fault Hub Network could start controlling that and kind of working with that, and then Fault Metrics could do more of the like statistics, the analytics of the game. Yep. So
that'd be cool. Just have them do it, and then literally just kind of plug it into the game.
Yeah.
After they give you all the details.
Kind of URL or whatever that kind of works in. It's kind of, here we go. Whatever code you got to put in, like, all right, now the information there, right?
Now, here's the thing, though. Because, like, as far as business is concerned, how exactly would that benefit these sites? Like, would that just mean, like, traffic to their site? Because it's technically not traffic to their site, is it? Because it's like a Fault Metric plugin or a Fault Hub Network plugin, so to speak.
Right. I mean,
what would be the benefit? You feel me?
Right. I mean, I guess I don't know how that would. It all depends on what these people are looking for. I mean, me personally, if I got something that got put into a game, if I made something, you know, website or whatever it is, and it got put into a game that I love to play, then, and if I got some kind of reimbursement for it, I'd be happy with it. You know, I'm not worried.
If it's like a one-time formula that they're getting from them, they could always just be like, all right, here's a chunk of change. We're gonna say it's by you. We cut our ties here.
Yeah.
So, possible. Speaking of plugins, I don't know how I feel about new video tutorials, bro. Loki.
It's needed. It's definitely needed.
Yes.
It just depends on how it's done. Like, really, I mean, not that I'm any person that can sit there and, you know, critique. I mean, I guess I could tell you if it's good or bad, but I can't make one myself. They'd be like, hey, this is how you do this, you know, because I'm still learning the game. But like, it's definitely needed. The tutorial that you have is, one, it's too long-winded. Nothing against Sylphin. Too long-winded, and it just doesn't, I feel like it doesn't grab the new player's attention enough for them to go, all right, I watched this long video, now I'm going to go into the game, I'm going to remember everything you told me.
True. Which is what I was going to bring up. How many, like, I really do think people learn better in video games through follow these steps, do it yourself sort of tutorials. Like,
right.
Bro, I'll be real with you. Mentioning any game out there, let's say God of War. If God of War gave me a 10 5-minute videos, an hour later, I'm gonna be like, fuck, how do you block again? Shit.
Yeah, right. No,
Like,
I gotcha.
It's different whenever you get walked through it, and you slowly learn the abilities. Oh, now next step, do this.
Well, I remember the way Epic did it with Paragon. Like you literally were Gideon, and it's all right. Hit this button for auto attack. All right, there's your auto attack. Okay, now auto attack this minion. All right, All right. Now you see the minion, and they don't allow you to auto attack anymore, and the minion is down to 1 health or whatever. Last hit. Okay, now this is what we call a last hit. If you hit this auto attack, boom! Look now,
That's
look
cool.
at your bottom right there. You hit the bottom right, you got gold. You got gold and XP because you got the last hit. All right, and shows you that, and it's okay. Here's a tower. Then you walk under tower. Boom! Don't do that. Tower hurts. All right, back out. Wave of minions. Okay, now minions are there.
Baby, walk you through it. Yeah.
Yes, minion counter. See the minion counter? That's something I didn't know. I'm like, what? What's going on? Like, what is? Oh, okay, minion counter. There we go. Let me. I know what I'm doing now. Hey, only 1 minion left. Hey, 1 second.
No, you're good. You're good. So yeah. As far as the new videos, I don't know. Like, I just feel weird about it, right? I don't know if the videos will actually be watched. I don't know if the videos are going to be helpful stepping stones. Like while we wait for AI bot modes, I still think it's going to be cool. I don't know. I think a good idea. I know you're on a phone call. Don't worry about it, bro. You can sit the headset down. I'm just talking to the video. But no, I think a cool idea, and I don't know if Strange Matters will actually do this, right? Strange Matter has a lot of content creators connected to it. Why doesn't Strange Matter, like, let's say they have specific videos, let's say a video on last hitting, a video on taking down a tower, a video on whatever. Why don't they get individual content creators to create these individual videos? Like, for example, last hitting brought to you by Play-Doh, taking down a tower brought to you by Queen Lil Dash, killing a rat, prioritizing objectives, and let's say it's a raptor brought to you by Tricky Nicky. So what I'm saying, Cooch, is instead, because the only reason I bring this up even is because I don't know about you, I've not been contacted as far as partners. Why don't they take advantage of the partners and be like, hey, let's say a video on last hitting brought to you by Cooch. It promotes the last hitting tutorial, and they can have 10 tutorials or whatever on the basics, and just like a different partner for each tutorial, etc. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that would be a great idea. I think it would. One is you're like you said, you're utilizing your partners. You're also like supporting your partners. Like, here you go. Like, this is you're advertising your partners in a way. And then, like, if they hey, I watched this video and it's like, I saw that bearded guy showed me how to last hit, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. And then Windu raids me, like, wait a minute, you're that guy that taught me how to last hit. I remember that be something like that. So then next thing you know, you got a new follower that way or something. That'd be great. I think they.
I don't think they will do
videos.
That.
I think you can do the videos. I still, even though if you do the video, I still don't think you're going to get the actual. I learn by hands-on experience. Hands-on experience. Like, I need to actually do the motion. I can sit there and watch so many videos of Alpha Gaming Channel to show me how to upgrade my OBS. But if I'm not actually upgrading if I'm not actually pushing the buttons to upgrade my OBS, I have no clue.
You're not gonna remember shit by the time you come home.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So And so like I can sit there and watch these videos, and they can be very informative, but like the good thing is, from what I understand it, the way these videos are, they're breaking them down to individual, like certain, like a couple different things, right? So like, you can go back. What it can be good for you and me, like as we're playing, right? And we find out what you're playing with a support that has never played before, right? And you can see the things that they're doing. Hey, they're they're not doing whatever, they're not helping out with gold buff or whatever. Hey, go watch episode 4 of the tutorial, and that shows you what the buffs are, explains the buffs. Watch that and then come back into the game. You'll understand it better. You could see the things that they're like, all right, we know that their ADC's not doing last hits. Hey, go watch episode 2. Hey, episode 2 is all about last hitting. That's going to help you. Watch that, then come back in the game. You'll understand more of why you have to get last hits. That's going to be beneficial in regard of that. But I still, like I said, until you actually get, when you fire up the game for the first time and they force you to go through a little tutorial, like you literally just you got to create your own little map. Because I remember, like I said, Epic for Paragon, it was some random, it wasn't the map. You were running through this lane that turned, and all of a sudden there was then you turned and you went up the stairs, and there was another tower there you had to fight, and I remember doing that. And there's like, once you finish this, okay, now you're attacking the core, and it literally walked you through the game and the objectives. The only thing it didn't do was teach you like Prime and Raptors and stuff like that, because when I got into the game, I was like, okay, this is my lane, shove it down core, I got this. And then it's like teams like yelling at me because I'm not helping out with anything else. I'm like, no, this is what I'm doing. I've literally exactly what they showed me, and that was the only thing they did wrong with that. But you still got the bare minimum of the game. You understood how to control your lane and go from there.
See, I don't disagree with you. I really do think that the actual in-game is more needed, and like they say, they say while we're waiting for AI and bot modes, right? So it's not like it's not coming.
Right.
My thing is, while we're waiting, I don't like that phrase because it implies that we're gonna wait some more, but it doesn't tell us how long. You feel me? Like, we don't have AI mode or bot mode confirmed 2021. Not even. That shit could come next year for all we know.
No, I mean, okay, so with,
I don't like,
and I know this is yeah, and that's, I understand that, and you're one that you want your dates, even though, and I get, hey, over promise, under deliver, under promise, over deliver.
Yeah.
I and I agree with that statement, but SMS in the past has had issues with putting dates out there than not making those dates. So then it's like they're really gun shy with putting dates out there. The way I read and understand this is like, they see that they need something, right? They see that the new player base is hurting with what we currently have. It's not working and it's hurting. So they automatically see that, hey, we're currently working on this. It's not out. It's not ready for us to put out yet. But we see that you guys are having issues. Here's something. We want to give you something. We want to help you out. Until then, like, we're currently working on it. The date thing, I completely get the dates, but I see it as like, hey, we understand there's an issue. Here's hopefully something that's going to help until we're able to get this.
I still, I gotta say, bro, I still don't understand why they're not relying more on the user created content, because we brought up like the Espada Gideon passive video. Great video. Because
to be honest, before the video, I had no clue what his passive did. I'm like, huh? Oh.
I'll tell you this though, that video, you found it on Strange Matter Discord?
No.
If you can recall correctly,
where
you
did
just
I
randomly saw it on YouTube.
I maybe randomly saw it on YouTube. Where did I see that? No. It was Strange Matter retweeted it. Is how I saw that. That's what it was. Strange Matter retweeted it.
My thing is, I really do feel like, even though they've already tweeted it, right?
Right.
maybe they should just pick, like, at least those core videos that really help the community. Maybe it's worth throwing it out there once every 6 months or once a year or something, you know?
Yeah.
Not just a one and done, because here's the thing, people within probably 30 days remembered, and maybe a few still remember the video and send it to their buddies. But I'm willing to bet if we go to like the YouTube analytics on that video, it, like, the last month worth of views is nothing compared to that original tweet.
Oh, definitely. No, you're right.
And not only will it spot a benefit, but
no, you're right. It definitely should. You know, that's something you can utilize to help out. I mean, now the problem is that's only one character. So we do need. I mean, you got your partners and you got your testers. You know, and I know that there's times that the testers, like, we don't have the a group of 10 testers, you know, testing the game right now or whatever, or maybe there is a group of 10, but we have more than 10 testers. So if you have these group of 10 that are testing, then we can have Gaming Goose, who's really good at mid, can sit there and, you know, record a video on how to play Countess, you know, and work on, you know, Countesses, like, hey, because I'm really bad with Countess. And if somebody could show me a video of how, like, what her combo, her best combo is, like her RMB, her Q, then her E, or then Q like again, or something.
How to build her, etc.
How to, you know, and then like a video like that would be great, you know, and it's something, you know, like I said, that's just, you could do that with testers or partners. It doesn't have to be, you know, we got the people here that have the ability to record the videos and, you know, the knowledge. Like I said, I'm not going to be that guy, not yet. I mean, there'll be a day I can be that guy. I mean, I will learn and earn, you know, all my way through it. So it's going to happen. But
so let me put it to you this way, because I love the fact that you mentioned it. Like, hey, if you had, like, for example, a Countess video, you could do it, right? Now imagine, let's say, let me mention a random community member, Appy Picker, right?
Yeah.
Let's say he a great player. He has a great actually how to freeze the lane video too on YouTube. Yeah. But let's say he makes a Countess video, right? Let's say Strange Matter tweeted it once, a few people saw it. Now let's say in the last 6 months, there's at least a couple hundred people that feel like you. If I knew how to play her, I would. Strange Matters might have shared the video once, but, like, you know, you feel me? Like, are they really doing everything possible to make all this readily available information accessible? Now, the community page is a big part.
Right.
But then it comes down to, well, what are they going to put in the community page? What are they going to prioritize in the community page? When it comes down to the tutorials, again, are they going to reach out to community members, or are they going to do their own videos? You feel me? Which at the same time, if they do their own videos, well, isn't that kind of like to the conversation that we were going before? Like, if you already have a community member that made a last hitting video, for example, but you want to make your own, and instead of promoting your community, you're just going to make your own individual video from it. You feel me? Like, if we're talking about the same thing that we were talking about before, like, why contest it when you can just adapt?
No, yeah, I mean, that's my only issue with, not issue. The only thing I wouldn't know what to do. I'm not a very social media savvy person. I need to get better at it, but would be the continue, like, how would it look to go back and retweet something that you retweeted 6 months ago? You know, even though it's like, you know, because you want to be able to continue putting that information out there, you know. So, but we got a new influx of new players that don't know how to play Gideon, but they weren't here 6 months ago to watch Espada's video. So how do we, you know, how does it look? Like, hey, and that's because, like, you already watched the video, you know what you're doing, and I got a tweet from, you know, Strange. Oh, is we something new? And it's like, no, they literally just posted that. Like, I've already seen this video. Why are we retweeting this shit? Like, it's just. Like, I think that's going to have a negative content or context.
I could see that. I would then say, well, you know, like, it doesn't have to just be social media. Like, we all know the biggest source of communication is their Discord.
Right.
Specifically for like active players, right? And I know there's a little. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
I said that'd be. I mean, Discord would be a great spot to put another channel and have that channel be, tutorial videos or informational videos, and go from there.
So they do. They have a community tutorial video, right? I mean, a community tutorial tab, and that's where people can. Here's my thing on that one. On the community tutorial tab, nobody can post except Ryan, it looks like. And if you look at the posting on there, we have to submit our videos. But if you look at the posting on there, the last 2 videos are mine. One is in January, my Morigesh guide, and then my support guide back in July. No, but I'm saying, you know how frequently I make videos, and how frequently I make instructional guide videos, build videos, etc. The fact that the last 2 posts are 6 months apart, and it's just like one video here, one video there. Like, bro, I promise you, in the month of January alone, I posted more than 1 video. For sure, that could help. But again, that's a little bit more on the neglected side, because I can't post to it. I have to put my video under partnered content, and then it gets drowned by 37 going live now from different partners.
Right.
You feel me? So it's a bit of a flawed system. But I'll be real with you. I have all of Strange Matters just straight muted, even our partner chat. You know this. If it wasn't for the fact that you tell me, like, yo, check the partner chat, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll go look at it. I have all of it muted.
Because I know how to reach out to you, yes.
Because in my Discord, I actually have the fault announcements get rerouted to my Discord main chat.
Yep.
So I literally live in my Discord. If anything important, like the weekly update gets posted, I see it in my Discord. I get a ping for it because it tags everyone.
Yep.
So my thing is, unless it's under announcements, a lot of these tabs get neglected. You get me?
No, I do get you. Well, that's the thing is, I didn't even know the tutorial page was even there.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
But then, maybe I did know it was there, but it was all your videos that I've already watched.
Well, it can easily get overlooked in general.
So I would go back and look like, oh, look at this. I'm like, well, I watched the video. Okay, well, I don't need to watch these.
See, I just think they got to do one of the 2 things about this community tab, the community tutorial in their Discord and in tutorials in general. Either have a community-based tutorial section, because quite frankly, let's say Sylphin makes a last hitting tutorial, right? Let's say it covers all the basics, cool. But let's say, for example, a 5-minute tutorial with Sylphin might not be the same as a 7-minute tutorial with Plato. Not downplaying Sylphin, but I'm saying, like, there might be some tutorials that are better than others. Like, my tutorials are definitely not going to be the best always. You feel me? And it really is one of those things that if you have somebody picking and choosing, like, that's just more work for Ryan Red to do. He doesn't need to be doing that work. Just let the community tutorials be community tutorials. If somebody that's new in the community thinks they can make a good tutorial, they make it. It's like, yo, this person's dope. Now we have a new community influence making dope tutorials.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's locked. TBH.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. Besides the partner content, like I tried posting at the highlight one time. Posting highlight videos there is a pain in the ass. That Butler bot you got to go through, and then you got to answer the same 3 questions over and over again to get it to put the same title up. It's like, what? I'm like, what did you ask me? Answer. What did you? And ask me again. I'm like, I just answered that. And then you come out, I was like, what? I don't like it.
I think
so. I don't post highlights in the highlight vault anymore.
Yeah, I think a rework of that system in general heavily needed, which just worries me about new video tutorials coming that are probably going to be somewhere in the game, in the Learn tab.
Yeah, it's gonna. Putting that stuff in the Learn tab is going to be beneficial. Because if they can put these videos in there as well, or links to these videos in there somehow, like some kind of you click on it, hyperlinks you to certain videos, whatever. I don't know. Like,
it's weird.
Yeah.
But on to the next one. They're going to be doing a Twitch drop event in June.
Yep. Yeah.
Which I find interesting because let's be real, there's no special shit going on in June that we know of yet. It's not a holiday. It's my birthday, but I doubt they're doing that shit for my birthday. So
when's your
it's
birthday?
Interesting. June 21st.
Oh, well, no, this is the first week of June.
No, yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. It's definitely not my birthday.
Well, because I just had to ask, because I'm like, wait a minute. Because I need to talk to Ryan and figure out what he means by first week of June, or I guess they're going to say that it does read. If you read it, it's going to tell you the next week when it's going to happen. I'm leaving for Tennessee the first week, like the 4th. I leave for Tennessee on the 4th. I don't get back till the 9th. So depending on what first week, because like technically Monday is the 31st. So first week of June is what? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So technically I would still have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. No, Thursday I won't be streaming, but I still could do Tuesday, Wednesday. Or does he mean like first full week and then it's going to be, 7, 8, 9, 10? That's why I got to figure that out, because I'm like, I won't be home for that, which sucks because the Twitch drops were very beneficial for us.
Ooh. Yeah, I just don't know, man. I don't know. Like, either they're gonna come out with some big news, some big shit, like free to play in June, try to keep it like right before their 1-year anniversary or whatever, or whether they're like, you know what, surprise, motherfucker, here goes some new skins that we talked about or whatever. So I'm expecting some sort of event. Maybe they're adding a mastery system since they keep talking about it. Who knows? They actually have a lot of mastery skins done, right? Surprisingly, TBH. I think it's got to be. There's got to be. It's one of two things. Either there's going to be something big happening, like you said, they're gonna. Okay, next thing you know, here's an announcement. Bam, Twitch drops. Are happening, or they're using the Twitch drops as kind of a marketing tool for player retention in a sense, because they did say at the very beginning that they're working on player retention. That's the main focus right now, is player retention. So Twitch drops, meaning, hey, if you're active, you're staying live by watching Twitch, you get drops, and then next thing you know, you got a new skin for Murdock. You're like, all right, now I got to get in the game. Like, I want to go use that. Yeah, now I got to go play because I want to use that skin I just got. I can't wait, and so that could be something to do in that way. I could see
those are the two reasons I can see a Twitch drop happening randomly in June.
I could see that. I do feel like June is just a random ass.
First week of June, technically, that is a holiday. Only in the United States, though. But it is a holiday.
Oh, I mean, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I saw it too. I'm like, oh, shit. Here we go. Because again,
now,
like I said,
this
I'm gone.
picture, though. Give me 1 second.
All right.
I gotta use the restroom. I'm gonna leave this picture up. Worst comes to worst. Right. We'll see.
So I'm loving this picture. All right, the picture he posted, but I'm also loving the Boris skins. All right, the Boris skins are great, and we'll see if when he gets back, he'll go back to it. But they're showing these ones off, the master skins, the way Windu did it. That white and red, that combination of all four of these. I'm loving it. I actually like these more than the Paragon Mastery skins, like that Magma skin that you had with Paragon. And that might be, what's the word I'm looking for? It might be like a minority train of thought. I might be on the minority side of that, but that's where I'm feeling it.
All right, where were you going over?
So I was talking about these skins and how they look, and I was saying that I actually prefer these mastery skins over Paragon's mastery skins. That Magma look that you had.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like the look of these ones better.
See, that's a weird one for me, because I thoroughly enjoy this whole, I'm gonna keep calling it the God of War vibe, right?
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoy it. But I also feel like low-key, when I look at all these side by side, I almost wish it had a little more contrast. Like my favorite by far is still Murdock, because when you look at Murdock is legit black, white, red. You feel me?
Right.
You look at the rest of them, they're gray, white, and red. Maybe Steel might have a little bit of black, but they're mostly gray. Like, look at Boris. Look at all that gray armor. If all that gray armor on Boris was black, that would look fucking popping.
I could see that.
You get me? Like, as black as Murdock's leg right here, make all his armor right here that same black.
You sent this to me. Let me pull that up just so I can.
Yeah. So you can see it a little bit bigger. Like, it's, I really do think they're close to nailing it, but just a slight bit of missed opportunity. TBH. Like, I look at it and I'm like, it looks cool. It's unique. There's like the whole God of War vibe thing going on, kind of crazy. But I gotta say, my favorite is still Murdock, and I don't know if that's just because I don't see any fucking swiggly lines all over him. But I do on the rest of them. Like, arguably, maybe on Narbas they look a little bit more tribal. You feel me? Very sporadic. But
well, that fits him as well.
Bro, Steel and Boris armor looks like my mom's china. You feel me? It's just like, woo, like, like part of me likes certain pieces. Like, let me bring your attention. Look at the Boris arm, right?
Yeah.
Get rid of that little squiggle on his shoulder and just look at his bicep and his forearm. Cool. But then you get to his hand, gray and white. Ew.
Right.
Even black and white, that heavy contrast would look dope. But gray and white hands? Why? You literally could have had magma and white hands. Dope.
Yeah. Yep.
But I just look at it and I feel like I need more magma. Doesn't have to be all like the original. Right. But just more. Like, you look at Murdock, bro, Murdock, every single piece of Murdock has a good chunk of the magma. Not a little squiggly line, a chunk. Right. You got the grenade in the back. You got on his upper chest these magma tubes. His helmet, the bottom half is magma. His gun is almost 80% magma. His belt is magma. On his thigh pads there's magma. His knee pads are magma. His fucking shoe soles are magma. There's a lot of magma going on, but it's still tasteful, unique, nice contrast, plenty of white in there, plenty of black. But then when I look at Boris, first of all, a white Boris skin looks dope.
Yes.
That looks crazy. Skin. They could easily go with a white bear, black bear, brown bear type of theme and shit.
Yep.
For future ideas. But
yes,
I really do wish this skin had more black, because I see none at all.
No, I agree that dark gray that you have there for his shoulder unit and his pelvic unit, you know,
it's
and
what's
even
on there right now.
Canisters. Yeah, holding the canisters. If you make that black, it does make the white and red stand out and pop more. I agree with you that on most of these, some of your arguments, I'm like, okay, all right, you know, I like the steel thing. You said their steel is a bunch of gray. Actually, steel's the way I look at it. Steel's bicep is black. His knee looks like he's got his knee wrap,
like a NATO breed knee brace.
Yeah, you know. So and then his shoulders are all white. So everything's white. Everything's white and red on him, except for the bicep and the knee pad is black. But my argument with steel and wanting more red, that thigh pad on steel, that little indent, that could be that red.
True. That just like little accents.
Yeah, little, you know, that'll bring a little more red out. That'll make that thigh pad pop more. We already talked about Murdock's. I think his thigh pads need to be white.
Well, you bring up a good point. Look at that little thigh insert is the same insert on his hand. That same insert is on his front shoulders and back shoulders.
Yep. So
you could literally, let's say you don't even do the full insert, just a little circle inside the insert.
Yeah.
Yep. A little magma dot here, magma dot there, or just make the disc magma and leave the inside white, whatever you want to do, but just more opportunities to make it a little bit you know, like a little bit more, because I really do feel like for example, Steel, the magma arms look dope by all means. Magma arms look dope. That little middle piece of the canister that matches his forehead, that looks dope.
That forehead, yes, yep.
Lit. Arguably his knee pads, very, you know, tasteful touches of magma there, but his shoes have quite a bit, to be honest. There's magma white, different sections. That looks intricate, cool. But throughout most of him, I just see squiggly lines. Like, hey, let's paint abs over his abs that are already there, sort of deal.
But actually, so in that's actually Steel's lines. If you go back and look at Steel's skins, he has that little like circle like thing over his abs. That's actually there. So that all they do is accenting the skin that's already, you know, the part that's already there. They, all right, well, you know, let's make this that magma red.
But I don't know if that's regard. The move.
That squiggle line, that's different. That's something that, you know, that little curls, those two curls coming down from his pecs.
The upside down mustache from his pecs.
Yeah, right. You know, it's the same, you know, those same curls are the shoulder pads for Boris, you know, like, I think that's something that they're, but you know, like, the problem is, like, either take it out or input it also on Murdock, because I don't see it anywhere on Murdock. That's the only thing that I like. I don't mind it. I the curls, I'm cool with it if that's how it is. Like, okay, it just kind of adds more of the flow of the magma red, you know. But like Murdock has it nowhere.
How about? How would you feel about this? Because I know they're trying to make like the white skin, except Murdock for some reason he's still brown. But like, let's say on Steel, what if they made it instead of white skin with the red magma, with those little red magma lines, right? What if they legit just made it like white with like black lines and make actual armor pieces magma, that those are bigger? So then you have this white and black contrast throughout the actual unit, and then magma on parts that matter. For example, let's say they actually take more of the shoulder pieces that he has on, instead of just 4 little squiggly lines and those 2 inserts next to his ear. Why don't they make more of that magma? Like, you don't have to have magma on some random parts, because I think what they're trying to do is it looks good on Narbash, the magma lines, right? So I think they're trying to replicate that on other heroes, but they didn't do on Murdock for some reason. I think on Narbash it looks good because you get that tribal vibe from his outfit and everything. You feel me?
Well, the difference is also, look, so you see it right above his drum, you know, that squiggle. There's also that dot there. We don't have the dots with Steel. We don't have the dots with Boris. You know, that little inside that squiggle. So it's like,
Narbash has a little bit more flavor to it.
Right. So I personally prefer the tribal. So if you just add a little more to it, like add a little barb coming off of it to kind of give you a little more, you know, like badassery, you know, that's not really a word, but I'm making it a word now. Hashtag
how about this
in chat?
How about this though? Because you see, Narbash is a good example. Not only squiggle with a circle, we see like a straight angle hook in there.
Yep.
We also see the, like right under his chin, he has the swirl, but then under there's like this super wide with a dot, like different varying patterns, right? Why not, instead of like swirl on his bicep, swirl up here, it literally just looks like they copy pasted the same swirl in different areas, which I understand maybe as far as saving time, right? But I just really do wish that these, maybe that's what's throwing me off, because honestly, if you look at Boris's forearm, this little house looking shape here, that looks cool. I'm digging the way that looks. And then even even when you look at his bicep, like on the right side, you could see a lot of red, right? But if you look on the left side, the counter side, you could see that there's a lot of that tribal pattern in there.
Yeah, on the inside of that tricep.
In different patterns. I like that. I think it's honestly just because they got these 2 little curled mustaches sticking up together right at the Boris middle and then right at the shoulder pads. It almost makes it look copy pasted, because they were probably like, oh, I don't know what else to put there. Put that one. I guess it looks good, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I gotcha.
Maybe it's just
and
that
granted,
part
though, we also are only seeing this one angle of these, you know.
Yeah.
After we like see a whole 360 of it, like they
Opinion
might
might
actually
change.
flow really well together. Maybe those little swirls, the way, you know, how how it includes in the back or something, like those swirls will fit right in or something. I don't know. Like, but right now, from what we're seeing, like I understand your argument and how it kind of like it almost seems out of place. You know, it does. You know, Boris's shoulder pad does look like, you know, a china dish upside down. You know, it's a bowl. You know, all right, that's where you eat your noodles. Gotcha. So I can see that. But no, I definitely do agree with the contrast of the gray. You know, like Boris, you know, we definitely put a little black in there, or keep
He'll
the
look way
white,
better.
or keep the white and add more red. You know, instead of being gray, have it be more of a white. You know, that kind of, you know, it's still. You tell me you're
Just
looking
like,
at Steel.
just like go
He doesn't
full
have
ham
shoulder
with
pads.
white and red.
Yeah, you can see that Steele's wearing shoulder pads. He's all white and red, right? Besides, like I said, that the bicep and the knee, he's all white and red. And you can still tell that those are shoulder pads. That's not him, right? So we could still tell that this is Boris's mech suit if you make it white and then add more red accents somewhere. You know, the gray doesn't fit.
I agree. Even though the canisters and like up here you see like look like in between the canisters, you see that white with like a little bit of red on the insert also?
Yeah.
Like right in the middle. That looks clean as shit.
I do like
I
that.
like that. Just like little details like that. Right?
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it would not only if we get to the farther back and you see below the canisters on his back, how it looks back
like
there.
The
that's
circle is also red.
Right.
You can kind of see that in the corner, big amount. So cool, right? Like I don't necessarily have too many complaints. I understand I'm nitpicking at this point, but and honestly, we haven't even talked about the lighting yet that we talked about in DMs. But I just really like, I'm getting the consistency a little bit, but then again, I also see it implemented better on some characters than others, which is bound to happen, right?
Right.
It's bound to happen by all means.
Can you pull that back up and put it on there? I want the actual Boris lineup.
Yep.
Because I do want to talk about those. They did it with everybody so far that I've noticed, but I really love the way this mastery setup for silver, gold, and diamond really fit really well, in my opinion, for Boris. That silver stands out. It pops with his, you know, with him.
With
you know, he's got his head, you know, with that black. Same with the gold. Same with the diamond. And you really notice the color changes with his eyes as well here. You don't notice it so well with like Steel in his eyes and stuff like that. You can notice it with Steel's mastery eyes, but like Steel's like silver eyes and gold eyes, it's not as well. But you know, you can definitely see that his eyes, and especially the silver, like this, look at the silver eyes and the master eyes. He looks like he's about to fucking tear somebody up with those eyes, like so aggressive.
Bro, the white on the red looks great.
Yes.
It looks amazing. But I'm still confused. All of Boris's center is black on all of them except the master. Then it's randomly gray.
Yep. No, you're right, and it is. So I literally, and the thing is, like, I think. Okay, so what if it's this situation?
Mm-hmm.
What if they made it gray to make the mastery skin stand out even more?
I can see that.
From the other ones,
because the other ones are all black, and now the mastery is a gray one, gray and white.
What if they went with that idea? And you can't technically make the other ones be gray, because then the silver will not stand out with the gray and silver. Mm-hmm. It'll blend too much.
Well, I mean, if they want to do that, I'm okay with it, because gray, white, and silver will still look dope. My only issue then is having a unison mastery theme. You can't just have one character be gray, white, and red, and then the rest of them are red, black, and red. I mean, red, black, and white.
The technicality, then the only problem we have here is Murdock. Technically is what I meant to say. Technically, the only problem here we have is Murdock. Everybody else is have this gray, white, and red look. Murdock's the only one that has this black standing out. And again, he's the one that we said when we first saw it that
probably looks the best.
He's got too much black. Like, you know,
true.
Those thigh pads need to be white.
Yeah.
Those thigh pads need to be white. Like, I don't mind the black. It really does help make the other colors pop. But he doesn't have enough white. Everybody else has all of this white, including their face. He doesn't have enough white, in my opinion.
Also, interesting fact, I noticed while making this little picture, when I put it together, the highest resolution one they've given us is Boris. Second highest was Murdock. Third highest was Steel. And then they didn't even release a picture of the Narbash Mastery. I had to grab that shit from their stream.
Yeah, that was a still. You can tell that's a still shot from the stream.
I had to just steal that from the stream and kind of real quick, just throw it in there in the corner.
Yeah.
But putting them side by side also brings up an interesting topic, which I do want to go into detail about, and that's lighting. Because on the 3 on the right, you see very distinct lighting, specifically the shadow at their feet. Ironically, 2 of them are lit from right to left, and 1 is lit from left to right. So whatever. But
in that thing though, the 2 that are stood from right to left are also facing right
to the right. Yeah, so they're facing towards the light, right. All of them.
Yeah, they're facing towards the light on all of them. So that there's a unison in that regard. So
I was actually.
I get what you're saying, where you're going here with this. The thing is, like you said, you pulled that from their stream, and that stream, that whole thing, that whole video was lighting, mysterious, and that. So, like, I would like to see Narbash in this lineup.
Yeah, because Narbash looks very gray, but when you sit here and just zoom in on Boris, for example, on that mastery skin, right?
Yep.
Zoom in on that mastery skin, we can see all the lighting is coming from one side, but look, there's shadow down here. Now, my question, is this actually gray, or is that just white with a shadow on it? Now, considering his crotch is out in the light and it doesn't look as bright, I would say that's a safe bet that it's this gray, because you can see a clear contrast up here by his face. But then you look at his
I would say it's the gray that's just like the same gray that's on his hand, and then that's on his shoulder, like going back to his canisters. I would say that that's what that is.
Yeah, and then look at his bicep here. There's a clear distinction between gray on the backside, gray on the front side of his arm, gray on his shoulder pad, this little outline, and then the white with different shadows. So it looks like the actual skin itself won't be reflective, or it won't even be too much affected by a shadow, maybe a little bit, you get me? But it looks like regardless where you are, you're still going to get a nice contrast of white against whatever lighting you may be.
Yep.
So you might be onto something like, hey, maybe they just kind of fucked with this lighting a little bit. Or low-key, what if this Narbash was gray and then they were like, you know what, fuck it, let's make him white. What if they just kind of changed that shit later? It's like, I kind of like the way it looks on white better. This God of War look.
I mean, that could be. That could be it.
Because I'll be real with you, Narbash straight looks gray.
He does, but I mean, look. So the brightest part of this picture is right next to Murdock, that shoulder, and that looks very similar to that white. You know, it's a little darker, but again, like you said, the highest quality video picture was Boris then Murdock, and we know that this is not the highest quality Narbash, and it's very similar to that his you can look at the bicep, the forearm of Murdock, and then go all the way over to the other side of Narbash's pec. It looks like it's dark gray, and you can tell that that's lighting because his skin's going to be the same color all the way around. So I think once we get if we get a full mastery lineup of Narbash, I think that would help us out a lot to really decipher the color coordination they're going with.
Why do you think they haven't shown us? Should released it. They showed every individual picture of Narbash except the mastery. I literally
was just going to go back. I know you've already done this, but you also didn't put Richter in here. So
you're totally right. Bro, I'll be real with you. I was running out of room, and I wanted to show that Narbash in there. But Richter's a good one to bring up too. TBH. I think Richter and Murdock are probably the best. I think Steel Skin needs more love. I don't know if they'll do it, but honestly, seeing the Boris skin, I almost feel like they don't want to go too heavy on the magma.
Right.
I feel like they're literally trying to purposely keep it towards like this pinstripe magma with a few key parts. I just think it might look like it's more on Murdock because Murdock has more black and it's a heavier contrast. I think. I don't know. You tell me what you think on that one.
I don't know. I'm just against Murdock wearing the having the black. I'm literally that's like my out
Murdock
of
and
all
black
of these
pants.
skins, that is like my biggest. I love them all. That one is like why? Like literally everything. And they keep coming out with more. Boris Mastery skin, all white, red, slight a little bit of gray in there. Murdock, hey, white, black.
Fucking black pants. That's all you got issued, son.
What? I'm like, why? Like that is confused. Like it's confusing, man. Words. So, yeah. I just like
you brought up a good
my only
point.
issue I have with that.
He has a lack of lines, designs, tribal design, whatever this. I guess it could be some sort of tribal design, right?
Right.
He definitely has a lack of that. The only line I can see is on his bicep.
So,
like right here. Look.
right.
Only line I can see on his
Yeah.
bicep.
Now with everybody here that we see in this lineup, right?
Mhm.
The ones that have the 3 tribal curves, whatever, are all like
Non-human.
enhanced, non-human, situations. Murdock is the one that is human out of all of them that we have. Even Richter. I mean, but does Richter have the? Let me pull him back up.
Yeah,
Does
pull him up.
Richter have the Soros?
I don't believe he does. Hey, when you get
Richard,
when you get that link, can you send it to me on Discord so I can show it?
Yeah. Yep.
Send it to the fake Windu. Here's my thing though. I don't recall these swirls popping up until Steel. You feel me? Like we saw it on Narbas, and we're like, yeah, he's tribal. We get it. We saw Murdock, we saw Richter. Steel was the only one that I was like, I don't know how I feel about these lines. I remember pointing that out in the video that we made. Here's my thing though. I think we've unanimously accepted the fact that these master skins look dope as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Granted, there's pickiness, like everybody's gonna have their own preference. We change this, we're like, hey, change this, change that, etc. I wonder how much of the community actually prefers more magma, or if they prefer the more white with the China pattern on it.
And that's your Richter skin. Because if I sent you that link, you got that link now. That Richter skin, it's more, he has the most amount of that magma red. And then it's really his skin that we talked about that kind of has that white, along with his coil shoulders, and then some spots in his arms and legs.
And that's why I think the Richter skin and the Murdock skin are the best. You see white, you see red, you see black. None of this weird ass like, oh, could you imagine if the Richter skin were literally just like white armor with the red squiggles in it? I'd be like, I'd the same as the other ones. I'd be like, I'm not vibing with it. I'm just not. But when I see red armor pieces, black armor pieces, I see that white ghost skin under, I'm like, this is kind of dope.
What if they did the red squiggles on his like little chest spot? They kind of give you that little.
They could for unison, but then you're borderline on too much red. You feel me? I feel like there's a good balance of red, white. His hooks are white. Definitely. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like this gives you a good balance. I still find it weird that, like, for example, Richter has like human-like skin because he is like a weird cyborg uncle, creepy Rick, right?
Yes.
But they still give him the Ghost of Sparta treatment.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you have the racial side of it, like not trying to get political or whatever on that side. You have the racial side of it.
I'm just wondering why.
if you take the one black guy out of the game,
I
and make them white, then it's like now that's very controversial and stuff like that. So like I could see that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, a totally different conversation for sure.
Yeah, right.
But
and not one that I want to get into.
I feel that.
TBH.
TBH. But like, look at Murdock.
Not for me.
Good contrast. Richter, good contrast.
Yeah.
And then you get to these, and it's like, hey, it's like they hire that one stencil artist, and it's like, look, I'm gonna make it look nice. Like, it's like, check out the pinstriping on my Camaro. Like, oh my god, bro. That's exactly what I think. Check it out, it did some flames. It looks nice. Like, I like a low key. Even on a car, I'd be like, I'm gonna be real with you, homie. That shit went out of style like 30 years ago. Low key. Like, there's a place and time for pinstriping.
Boost is
right?
gonna message you
Everywhere.
on the YouTube. It says bullshit. That pinstriping has not went away. I still do it.
Right? But I'd like there's a place and time for the pinstriping, right? Like, for example,
Right.
on Narbass, that shit looks fire. All the tribal looking designs or whatever. Accented with like the little, fire spikes and stuff like that.
I like it on steel. I think it's too much on Boris. I think with all the lines that you see on steel, I think it goes. I think you're
talking about with his natural lines that got changed.
Yeah, with the natural lines and adding those little mustaches, whatever you want to call them, I think it works.
Okay.
But to rant, like, if you just saw it only on Narbash and Steel, because of the fact that Narbash has that natural line stuff going on,
would kind of vibe,
and it was never on Boris, you'd never see it on Boris, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. But the fact that you see the very similar lines on Boris's shoulders, we're like, wait, what's up with this? I don't think it fits with Boris. Like, it doesn't even, like, if we pull, let me pull.
I'll be real. Those two little squiggle lines. What the hell? Those two little squiggle lines on his shoulder. If you just take those two little squiggle lines out, I think the skin looks way better as a whole.
Yeah,
TBH.
100%.
Maybe it's just the fact that our mind and our eyes are recognizing the pattern.
Yep.
So we're kind of finding it like, But like the rest of it, like, again, I pointed out that pattern is also on his bicep. It's just more intricate and it looks dope. It's not just the random end of the squiggle.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, it is there, but like, yeah, like, I think, and you can have it on his bicep because literally all the lines that go with it, it doesn't, that little 1, 2, 3, 4, that octagon, right, on his shoulder pad, or almost octagon on his shoulder pad, or is that a hexagon? Hexagon, whatever it is. Either way, don't matter. This isn't JavaScript anymore. So that shape doesn't fit those squirrels. Those, like, nothing.
Yeah, I can see
there.
that, like, very straight lines, angles, and then just like a random squirrel.
Now that one that you're talking about, Narbash, that kind of looks like a hook. That flat end. It's like a backward 7, hook.
Yeah.
That would fit better on that shoulder with the sharp angles of that hexagon or octagon. That would fit better there. Something similar to that, like, it doesn't have to be identical, but like that, something with those, or even
I see
on his bicep. See that sharp corner? It still has a curve, but it comes to a sharp corner. On his right bicep, you can see it.
Yeah.
That, something like that with a little sharp corner, a little bit, still have the curve, would fit better there, I think. Something that kind of comes to a point that's not a curl.
Maybe it's the fact that it's too symmetrical.
That could be it too.
Because like everywhere else, like, for example, we see symmetry on his knee, right above his thigh. You see a line that kind of continues where the gray armor, that one little section would have gone. On his forearm, You see a little hat. Not the little hat, the little house on top of like a half circle. Like, we can see, it's different areas where, hey, like, it might be a weird shape, but it kind of fits. Like, for example, the half circle's pointing forward towards his hand, looks kind of cool. Maybe it's just the fact that these two little swirls are in the front. Are those swirls going to be in the back half also?
I think so. It looks like there might be something there. If you look at the very far right of the picture, it looks like there might be a it's hard to tell, but looks like it's right there.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's very possible. I can see here ever so faintly There's like a little nick, like there's a design back there. So maybe that's just the design that they chose for the shoulder plate. If, like, here's the thing, if that's the design for the shoulder plate, I'd be cool with it. I just don't like that Boris' shoulder plate is on Steel's stomach. Like, when I think about it, you feel me?
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
I think just a little bit better way to hide that. But I'm excited, man. Like, if they can make these master skins that easy, if it literally is just, hey, throw these textures in there, throw this pattern on this texture specifically, and bam, just the color shading, and boom. Theoretically, it could be a simple churn and burn for a lot of these, right? Because once they set up one, like for example, once they set up the silver skin, they arguably now have the footwork for the rest of them. They just change the colors.
Yeah, wherever silver is, now that's going to be the red. Now wherever, and then just, now that's the gold, that's the diamond, now it's the red.
Simple
and it just
change.
kind of, I'm looking now more at the steel, and I'm actually thinking that thigh pad and that shin guard, because like to add more red with this, like, because like you said, we like the Murdock and we like the Richter. They have the more red that stands out. Like that thigh pad be red with that little white indent. Keeping that white indent, keeping it white, like I think that would, add a little more red flair to him. It would, it would make his top half, the white on his top half, even pop even more, I think.
How would you feel about if they decided to, like, on Steel's midsection? Because again, you see how all those lines, right? You notice how there's a line that comes from the chest piece and through his abs, right? Like almost like a vertical line. What if they made everything inside of those lines magma? So it kind of goes with his arrow on his head. Just like a chunk of magma, like at his core or whatever. And you still have like the Ghost of Sparta obliques with the lines seeping through. Because right now, if the lines are seeping through, you're low-key telling me that the inside of Steel is magma.
Right.
You feel me?
I mean that'd be cool. That'll give more red. That'll make that. I'm not saying it has to be majority red. I'm just saying we need more red because you have these characters, mainly Narbash, Steel, and Boris, that are just kind of like a white, And I'm not just meaning like the skin or whatever, but like it's white. So like the contrast of Murdock and Richter is great. And is it because of the black that's involved that's making the contrast even better, or is it the amount of red? Because there's a lot more red with both of those characters as well.
Well, look at the arms. Look at Richter's arms. That black and red. There's a good chunk that's black and red with white rope. Right?
Yeah. No,
that looks mean. Whenever you do look at that exact same thing on Steel's arm, for example, it's a white and red arm. It could be as impactful, but it's not. You feel me?
I do.
I feel like they definitely, and just in certain areas, don't go crazy overloading with the black like fucking Murdock's legs, but just like tasteful, like Murdock's upper body. Look at Murdock's upper armor, where that little tube is. Piece.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say a little bit higher than that. You see like the two black lines going through the red tube.
Through the red tube too. Yep.
Subtle, but a nice little point of contrast to throw in there with the black. You get me? Just
I got you.
Ever so subtle, but it's there. Just I don't see too much contrast. I'm with you. Either make Boris black to kind of match, add a little bit more black to Steel, for example, or make them gray. Because I'll be real with you, if you go to Rick and you turn this black armor into the gray, and then you got the white, the red, and the gray contrast, that would look kind of cool too.
It would. That's where I'm still thinking it's more. I think it's more of the red. I think the black does help in a sense, but I think it's more of the red. The amount of red that you have on Murdock and the amount of red you have on Richter is a lot in comparison to either Steel or Boris.
Because on Steel and Boris, it's literally just lines.
It's white and lines, right? That's why I'm saying, like, you look at Steel. Steel's wearing white shorts, right? And then he's got these thigh pads on top of them. Make those thigh pads red, so then they stand out from his white shorts. They stand out from his white top. you know, it's gonna make his white top stand, you know, pop out even more because you have these red thigh pads that are like that show that separation.
I'm with you. Like somewhere along those lines, that I'm sure they can come up with something cool with add.
Yep.
I think a major thing is also, I don't know why, but for Boris and Steel, they have white armor. In Murdock and Richter, they have pieces of red armor. And we know that in all these characters, their armor is a pretty substantial chunk of their body.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yep.
Even on Murdock, just making his guns magma is huge. Now, if they have that exact same steel skin and it's a red fucking shield, that would be sick.
Now, again, that we did talk about that too when we were talking about Steel. We had, I think it was Ed that was on here with us that time. We talked about that shield. We don't know what the shield's going to look like. That could be the reason why he's majority white, because that shield being a red, that's, you know, kind of help that contrast there, you know, and kind of add more to it. And it's like, oh man, I can't wait to pop that shield out because that red is fire.
Or maybe something on his back, because I'll be real with you, Steel's back is like a fucking walking billboard when he's trying to run away from you. That shit's easy to hit. Maybe there's going to be plenty of red black there, because again, as a player, what you see the most is the backside.
Right.
But
yeah, so you're going to get the skin. So it's got to be something on the back that's great too, because this is, as I'm getting this skin, that's what I'm going to see. So I you know.
True. Which you can see on Boris, because Boris having all that red back there, that's cool. But I do also wish that, like you said, more red in the front so the enemy can see. Like low key, the only one I really care about here,
show off the skin.
Yeah, the only ones I'll low key probably get are gonna be the Murdock and Richter and the Narbash. Yo, you're never gonna see me on a Boris Mastery, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I want to see Boris Mastery. I'll go check out Plato day one, right?
Yeah, right.
Straight up.
I do want to point out.
Yeah.
I want to point out on Boris's skin, like, I love that little Achilles heel, that red they have back there.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was a great spot to put that. Yeah,
like, nice chunk of red.
Yep.
And it's subtle, but it's a nice amount. You get me?
Yep. Exactly.
Just like on his canisters, subtle but nice. I just think they could have easily implemented that elsewhere. For example, that one part of his bicep that's red, but the rest isn't. I think details like that are fine.
His foot. Look at his foot right there. All right. So you have that. You have the. It looks like armor, and then you have like the toes, and in between that, you just kind of have like whatever's in between that. There's obviously a different in the texture there. Make that red. So you have that the white toes, the white armor, and then the in between that texture, have that be that red as well. That'll give you more, and it won't be just this solid, hey, I'm a white Boris with red lines.
I think that can go for his hands too. Like all those links in between his fingers.
Yep.
There's no reason why to keep those white. Like it doesn't all, I mean, not white or white or red. Cause I'll be real with you, the gray with red fingers would be dope. Like it's got lava fingers almost smashing at you. You see them swing around.
But his claws, cause that's his maul, that his right mouse button with the red fucking magma claws would be, I would have a Mastery Boris skin if that's what it was like.
You imagine red claws on his feet also, if they decide to make that?
If you want to do it that way,
little subtle things. Like I really think that as far as these two skins, they're pretty damn close to being straight fire.
Yeah, just a couple little tweaks here and there, I think, and we would.
Like I'll be real with you. If I just show you this part of Boris that you see on my screen,
I'm looking at it.
Tell me the only part that doesn't fit isn't the shoulders.
Yeah, it definitely is the shoulders. It is.
Right? And then when I look at the bottom half, tell me that doesn't look cool in general.
Oh,
the white, straight, the red, contrast. But then we go back to these shoulders and it's like, something could be changed. Like, I definitely feel like a mark was missed.
Yep.
But yeah, man, like I'll be real with you. I'm super excited about these games. Right?
Oh my.
Like not about the skin,
like,
excuse me.
And for the people watching, keep grinding the characters you want to grind, because it's all gonna be, what was the word they said? Retroactive. Is that
Yes.
what the word I'm looking for? So everything that you've played before is going to work, is going to count towards the mastery skins. So there's a good chance that, Windu here already has a mastery, Murdock skin, or close to it,
Yeah,
once
maybe.
it finally pops out. So I'm grinding. I'm getting my Murdock grind on now. I don't know. After patch 13, I'm loving the way ADC feels. What are your thoughts on that? Since you were already a dual lane main, right? So you ran ADC a lot. So running ADC a lot, and then that switch to 13. What are your thoughts on the change?
All right, give me 1 second. I got my phone playing Closing Time over in the corner of my room real quick.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
time.
Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I'm good. So yeah, I after 13, I'm really enjoying the way it feels. I don't know what it is. I don't know what changed. If it's the last hitting that changed or something, but I'm really enjoying the way 13 feels for ADCs.
My bad.
No, you're good.
So here's my thing. As far as hit registry, I don't feel much of a difference. TBH.
Okay.
As far as hit registry, I used to game around 60-70 ping, still about 60-70 ping. As far as carries go, I'll be real with you, my extent of landing abilities was a Sparrow snipe or a twin blast grenade. The shotgun was pretty point blank and it's a cone. Like, I'll be real with you, it's not one of those things where I'm like, dang, I think I missed, or I think that my shotgun disappeared.
No.
So, because there isn't any official animation that affects with anybody, right? Like, nothing major.
Right.
So the only thing I've noticed as a carry or dual lane main is the fact that since everybody can land abilities a lot easier now, or shit's a lot smoother, there's 3 to 4 fucking people living in the duo lane every single fucking game.
I mean, yeah, you do have that regard.
Trust me, bro. Those Gideon rocks are landing. Fucking Russ Bellica stunned me through the wall while I was at the edge of my tower, and he's inside the fog wall in duo. I never even knew he was coming up, but I guess there was a minion near me, so he could see me through the wall, and he's like, I wonder if this works. Bam! Knocks me up, and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? I was like, holy shit. So, trust me, I've seen the effect of the abilities. I'm glad that they're working too, because I'll be real with you, Ed. Like, I sometimes felt like I cheated when it's like, oh, I'm gonna be honest, that Decker stun definitely fucking hit me, bro. But it just fucking disappeared, right? Now, I'm getting slapped by Decker stuns left and right. I'm like, I'm a dumbass. I walked into that one straight up.
Yeah.
But in general, I think it's cool. I think everything is going very, very smooth. I'd arguably say that the carry is one of the least affected roles with a lot of the changes that were made.
Really?
I'd say supports got changed even more, or not changed, influenced even more. Narbash stunk, Decker stun, shield, the steel stun, for example.
Right.
I'd say those little things that made a difference. Like, yo, if that stun had actually hit, he would have been dead. Now they're actually hitting, and now you can see the repercussions from that. I feel like on the support side, you see more impact. As far as a carry, bro, I'll be real with you. This still building the same, trying things here and there, experimenting. But as far as I do feel like last hitting, I like it a little less. I think that's what it is currently. I think I like it a little less. So here's the thing. It's smoother. Here's the thing. It's smooth to last hit. The minion targeting is cool and all that, right? But the camera change I don't like with these minions. Because I've had it where I'm like, all right, my dot is specifically on one minion.
Right.
I'm chilling. I'm waiting for it. It's about to get low enough. I'm going to last hit it. I shoot. Nothing happens. I don't know if the shot just randomly disappeared. I don't know if because of the camera angle, maybe the side minion caught it.
No, I think that's actually a bug. I've been actually working with Jamson on that one. I sent him some videos and some clips for that, and I think there's an actual bug with that. So, and because I went to we have that spot, question for devs, I'm like, hey, is this something? Because I noticed, like, I'm sitting like, all right, I do the same thing, like, all right, wait, click. How did it,
my
like,
last
I look
hit.
down. I'm like, how did I, like, no, I know I shot it, and I know it was at that last hit point, and I looked down, and my number didn't go up. I was at 15. I'm still at 15. What's going on, And there was some argument about being maybe, ping difference or whatever, but like the thing is, I've always played on the same ping, and I've always, like, my last hits are hitting with this minion. Why would it be different with this minion, if I'm playing on the same ping? So I don't know about the ping difference being a thing. But, there was, actually going back and watching it, there were some things that I noticed, like some of the clips I put in there were actually bad clips. If I would have actually ran it down in slow motion, I would have seen that the minion shot, the little blue ball,
it was
actually hit there.
Hovering beat. Yeah.
Hit there just before my last hit, my shot hit it. I'm like, okay, so that's why. So the minion got it. All right, I got that. So, all right, a couple of them, but there was some actually good. There was a good clip in there that actually showed me getting a last hit, but not counting. So I think that's just a bug that they're working on. But that's where I think.
Do minions hit harder now? I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it was like one of those subtle, like, behind the scene tweaks that they didn't say, because I know they've done that before. Right. But I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I always know minions are a force to be reckoned with, right? Minions can fuck you up any day of the week. But I'll be real with you, bro. I've been noticing lately, like, hey, there's one wave of minions just like kind of melted me a little bit too much, and all I did was like pop pop run away. By the time I run away, I was like, these minions did more damage to me than I did to him.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and then they're persistent.
You run away and you got those like 8 balls of shots just following you. You're like, you're trying to outrun them. You're like, there is no outrunning. These just will travel forever.
They fought, like, in general, the minion path and like melee minions, for example. Bro, I kid you not. I had a melee minion follow me from lane until I made that right turn to go into the gold pit, the gold shrine pit. Like, literally, it's like smack, 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 and then once I'm actually there, I'm like, yo, fucking go away. I had to shotgun the minion. The bitch leaves me alone. I'm like, why are you here when your pathing is 15 fucking feet that way?
Nope, agreed. They corrected that before on another patch before 13. There was a minion path because the minions were following.
It was bad at one point.
Like into the jungle. Like they would follow you to red buff. Like,
dude, you can cheat the jungle right now.
Yeah,
you can cheat the jungle. You like, literally, if you're at red, start hitting those first minions. You can be halfway to your next camp, still smacking a minion in the middle of your jungle. They're no longer in that little pit.
Yeah,
you can cheat that so bad. I don't think that whether it's jungle or whether it's in lane, like, low key, I think that fog wall should be like a quick little, hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm on the other side of the fog wall. I'm pretty sure the minions should lose sight of me by now.
Yeah. No, the minion should like it's almost like the way I see it and how I think it should go is like a minion should follow you, but as soon as you cross that fog wall, the minion should like cross the fog wall, and also an alarm should be going off in the minion's head, like, wait,
insta turn around. This isn't where I belong.
Like a dog crossing the that little line, the invisible fence. Like, oh, I'm gonna get shocked. I need to get back. And then okay, turn around.
Like, if let me give you an example. If I'm playing League of Legends Smite, if a fight starts next to the minions, they aggro. But as soon as I enter that jungle territory, which is right next door, I don't have lane minions anymore on me. There is absolutely zero reason I'm in the elbow of jungle with the entire minion wave up my you-know-what. Like, clack, 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 clack. I can't hear shit. I got a twin blast in my ear. I got a steel smacking me. I got these 6 little fuckers clack, 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 clack. Be like, I did not hear that ping, which honestly, I don't like the sound of pings or the volume of pings, to be honest.
The sound of pings, I love it.
The sound I'm okay with. That's why I said, like, that's why I corrected, like, the volume.
All right, yeah. So the
if somebody says enemy missing
too
low, I just wish there were more volume sliders in general for different settings.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, that's actually great input. I think volume sliders would be perfect. We do know that the community is complaining about the volume of the announcer not being. The announcer needs to be lowered you know, so that needs to happen. Hopefully next patch that's going to come out and say, hey, here's your volume for the announcer. But no, to adjust the volume, because like maybe I don't need to hear that, you know, getting the gold off the minion. I can bring that down, but maybe I want to hear the pings more, you know, maybe I want to hear the my enemy missing mid, you know, ping, you know, because like you have your ping for the somebody
awards, and then ping for a notification are different.
Notification ping and then an award ping, you know, so you want to adjust those to, because I personally need the award ping more than I do need the notification ping. Like I need because I'm really bad at looking at my map, so I need that, like that ping, like, oh yeah, Pavlov's dog, huh?
I would put everything at 30%. Put everything at 30%, and then pings and notifications at 100. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Straight up.
Yeah. No, and that, I think that'd be good. I think that the sliders, that's a good idea. I think that the SMS listen, that's something we should definitely input in the game for sure.
For sure.
But no, I'm liking the way after 13, because before 13 I would play ADC and I just literally feel like I have no clue what I'm doing. I just wasn't good at what I was doing. And now with 13, I actually feel like I'm doing decent. I can, because I watched your videos, you know, back when you and Kick were doing the, you know, introduction to the roll road. I was watching those. I was like, okay. And then like I was like, I'd take your guys' input, like, hey, try to get, you know, so much by 10 minutes. You know, I can't remember exactly everything, but I remember like
it was,
you know,
like a minimum of 30 minions per set by 7 minutes, as far as last hits are concerned.
So,
which,
yeah, so
quite frankly, masters are hitting, you know, like what used to be masters, at least. We're hitting on average of 60 or above by 10 minutes. That's that's what I hold myself personally to. If I'm at least at 60 by 10 minutes, I'm average. If I'm above 60 by 10 minutes, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. If I'm below 60 by 10 minutes, bro, I better have 5 kills, because holy shit, I'm falling behind. That's how I kind of keep track of it.
I haven't been following how many I have by that time, but like my main focus is to make sure that I'm out farming my counterpart.
That's a good,
know, and that's where I'm really method. That's what I've been doing. And like I've been noticing, like after 13, I've been doing really well as an ADC, out farming my opponent. Now there's been games where I haven't out farmed my opponent. Yeah, on Murdock, yep. There's been games I haven't been out farming, but then there's games I have. So I'm like, but more games I have than I haven't. So
now I find it interesting, as like it's not much as 13. It's more of the favor system now with the individual carries, right? Because those extra flat power, if you invest into red, I definitely feel like you can feel that more of that flat power in their basic attacks now, because you don't have this like heavily scaling items that are just adding. Now when you get the extra 20 power, it's like, yo, I'll be real with you, I can notice that 20 power from favor now more, as opposed to before I had more power but I couldn't tell the impact of the favor as much.
Okay.
It went like those old school TVs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 100. Those old school ass TVs with the volume. That's how it like favor felt before. Now I can actually see that impact slowly and be like, hey, I'll be real with you. These 10 points into cooldown, I can kind of tell how much that's helping me right now, actually. Or, you know, 10 power that we added. So I'm actually really liking the new favor system.
I'm loving the new favor system. I've actually, my last few matches, I've been dabbling into changing my build a little bit. And you probably tell me I'm minting here. But I would normally, when I first started playing ADC after 13, I was doing Hunter and Ace. All right, getting the extra crit, getting the and then the minimum health heal from and then the attack speed, right? But I've now been doing Ace and is it Rogue?
Okay, for the extra crit.
Get you the extra crit. and
Every so
also gives
often.
you, and also you don't get stuck on minions. So like you could sit there and go attack the enemy, and then you're not like, when you attack the enemy on their close to their tower, and all of a sudden the minions are swarmed around you. You're like, okay, now I got to find my way out of here. You don't have that. You don't have to worry about that. But you're getting the crit. So and then I've also been building the pen. Because you put purple, so you build up in the purple, and you're getting pen, so that's helping you destroy the towers and also getting the penetration on the heroes. I've been trying that a little bit, but I've noticed I'm not doing as well as I was doing if I did the 2 reds.
So the major difference there comes to the fact that, for example, Ace gives you good damage because of the crit damage added onto that, and then what's it called, Hunter, right?
Hunter, yep, the red one.
So yeah. So and then Hunter is huge because of the attack speed. I would say King right now, if you're more of a passive farmer, King is one that you can literally just use a little bit more, right? If you're more passive. But if you're aggro, Ace Hunter is definitely the way to go. Because quite frankly, like, especially after how hard it got hit, like, it's like, oh, you get an extra 6 gold on minion kills with King. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, 100 minions deep, I have a whole 600 gold. 100 minions deep, I'm about 15 minutes into the game if I'm good, or 35 minutes into the game if I'm bad. Regardless, that was only 600 gold.
600 gold, right.
And by the time that you're at 100 minions, low key, farming minions is still a priority, but it almost comes secondary to the kills, to going objectives, etc. You're like past the laning phase at that point.
Right. Yeah, ever since 13, I haven't used King. The only time I use King now is on Kucha's Custom Tuesdays with the ARAMs, like just to get that assist. That's it.
I mean, even then, 5% assist boost, bro. So you're telling me instead of the 300 gold, wow, you're so grateful. I got 315 now.
Yeah,
Get me the fuck out, bro.
Right.
Like, I'll be real with you. I really do, especially now, I'm finding Ace Hunter to be a lot more viable. And you're like, what you're doing as far as crit build, it's not a horrible idea to build crit, build damage, and then your pen you get from your favor. So theoretically it checks out. The only issue is that individual that picked Hunter instead literally will outbox you.
Yep.
Always. All he has to do is land 3 basics,
what I was noticing,
and that attack speed boost is going to be way more DPS than that 1 crit every 20 seconds or whatever.
Yep.
That's the issue. Like your crit build is good late game when you show up, one tap them, like one shot, bam, there goes 3/4 of the life. Like, god damn. But the problem is getting to there. Anybody with Hunter is just gonna outlane you. They're gonna outbox you, and especially as aggressive as a lot of carries are, you're literally just gonna get outpoked, fall behind. Then you got to slow farm until eventually you're relevant again.
Yep.
And then
I was
that would be the
noticing
only
that
thing on
because
it.
like I would play a couple of games with doing the Ace Hunter, and I was feeling great. Even the games I lost, I felt like I was still doing really well. And then these games I was using the rogue Ace attack with it. I'm like, all right, we got this. It's like, all right, I feel like I'm doing pretty well, and all of a sudden next thing you know, I'm just starting to fall back. Like I'm not getting to where I should be, or I feel like I would be at before this.
So
I noticed the difference in tower. Like when you're attacking tower, like you could see the tower just like melting faster. I'm like, okay, I like that. I like being able to see that what I'm doing, I'm actually seeing the benefit of it. But
so I'll do this. I'll make a crit build for you because I already had a 100% crit build that somebody requested, and I eventually made it.
It was actually in that tutorial, community tutorial. Yeah.
So I'll make a build and I'll send it to you as far as everything. Like I'll make a build, I'll try it out, I'll test it tomorrow and everything, and then if it works and whatnot, I'll be like, hey, check this shit out. Because there's just a couple certain things that in order to make crit effective, like for example, for crit to work, you gotta have damage for it to scale. For example, Ace, the 30% boost, 30% of 80 damage. Woo! Now that one random hit you did, oh my god, what's the number, like 115, some shit like that. So it can, sometimes that can be the difference, but it's just not reliable damage as opposed to attack speed and flat damage, right? So the key is how to increase the consistency of crit and how to make sure that when you do crit, you're chunking them. Like on my crit builds, I'm like, yo, I just hit somebody for 800 on one hit. That's low-key half of a carry's life late game.
Right.
You feel me? So it's just finding the synergy behind it. I'll get to you because I definitely want to dabble with the idea of building purple into pen all one game and seeing how that goes. So I'll let you know.
No, and it was nice. It was nice in the regard that I wasn't building the exact same. You know, I was making a change to the game. You know, it wasn't just a, hey, repeat this. What the hell are you eating now? What is that?
Bro, I'm always getting care packages. Yeah, now I got burgers, bro. I have cheeseburger.
Nice. All right.
Dude, I'm always getting care packages.
Where from this time?
I don't even fucking know.
You don't even know? All right. Yeah.
Like, this looks about as mom and pop as a burger can look.
No, definitely.
TBH.
Yeah, definitely. The bun's nice, though. I like the look of the bun.
Tastes good. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's got white American cheese on it. I'm like, okay, a little bit of flavor, right. A little bit of spiciness. Right. But yeah, man. This week's update was short in general, but I'm a little concerned as to what they did tell us about. Again, the vagueness of it. Like, you know, learn the game at a faster rate while waiting for our AI and bot modes. But what do you mean waiting? Like, am I going to be waiting a week, a month? Am I going to be waiting until 2022? Is it going to be 2023 until that shit gets implemented? Have you guys even started doing it? These are all details that I'd like to know, right? Twitch drop event in June. Cool. But they don't mention any similar prizes. They don't mention like, hey, we're gonna like, you're from here, you're gonna be able to get skins, you're gonna be able to get matter. All they tell you is the event is happening and why they're doing it in briefly. Right?
It also tells you keep an eye out on our social channels, as we'll be posting all the information about these drops will work next week.
So you're telling me if I don't follow their Facebook, their Instagram, and their Twitter, I won't know? How is that? Like,
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know.
I understand providing value towards their other social media, getting people to follow those for that reason. I understand the benefit behind it. It's just, like, I'll be real with you, bro. I don't know many people, like, I know you're one of those, right? But I don't know many people that actually go and I'm like, hey, like, for example, I like Apex. I don't follow Apex on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Like, I don't give a fuck what Apex posts. I'm gonna play Apex. Whatever is not in the game, I don't know about. I don't even go to the Apex Discord for announcements.
Right.
And I can imagine a lot of people are that way about Fall. They don't go to the Fall Discord. They don't they don't follow Fall on Instagram. Hell, they might not even follow Fall on YouTube. I don't follow Apex on YouTube. They just focus on what's in the game. So if you're posting a lot of information elsewhere, the in-game might be, you know, like, it'd be nice to kind of like for example, this weekly update that just dropped. It'd be cool to have a little corner of the main menu as a notification, like, hey, check out this week's weekly update, and then click it, bam, and just have that updated as you do it. I think that would be cool.
So I know I agree with that. But looking more into this comment, technically Discord is a social media. Technically, this is posted in the Discord, so they could still do this on the next weekly update. You know, it would not just on their Discord. Instagram, on the Twitter. You know, but it's going to be, they're going to put the information. So maybe on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, they're going to post the information of the Twitch drop, but in Discord, they're going to drop this update, and on their page, on their playfault.com, they're going to drop this update, so where you can read the update and you can understand what's going on Thursday, because that's the weekly updates. But on Wednesday, they already put out the information for, you know, they are, if you follow them on Instagram, you already seen the information that they're putting out for the Twitch drops, maybe something like that, you know. That's where the social media comes in. It all covers it. Like, I don't think it's going to be the next, you know, they drop it on Wednesday through all the socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. and you saw, if you're not paying attention, if you don't follow them on that, then you get no information on Twitch drops. And then the next update, they don't put anything on it because they put it all on the other socials. I think they're still going to put it in the next update. I think they're just letting them know that if you follow us, you'll get this information.
Okay, so that would be cool if they like tease it, so to speak, or if they drop a little bit of info elsewhere, and then collectively they just unite all the information. That would be another way, because not everybody's reading these updates. Not everybody's on Discord getting that Discord announcement, right? And not everybody's going to playfault.com and going to their updates, right? But you have those people. I know there's people, because I do, like you said, I am one of those people. I follow all three of them: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And there's people on every single one of them. Hey, when's that PlayStation release? When's that PlayStation release? And if those people were in the Discord, they would know that PlayStation release isn't coming anytime soon, so they wouldn't need to be posting on their Facebook, hey, when's that PlayStation release? So this would be another way to get those people. If you drop that, hey, we're doing Twitch drops June 1st. Here's what we're doing. If you want more information on this Twitch drop, follow us here to get the update, the weekly update that you guys never come to look at because you don't know anything about, because you're not a part of the Discord or you don't go to playfault.com. I got you.
So we're trying to combine all of their.
I mean, that'd be smart. Use social media to reel them in to Discord, where the main source of information is. Which, by the way, I actually got sent this a picture by Strange Matters of a tweet where somebody was actually asking Strange Matters a question, and they go like, okay, so thank you for the information. I guess you guys know that this is a huge barrier of entry for new players without Paragon background. This individual was talking about the fact of how hard it is to kind of learn the game if you never even knew Paragon. Like just coming in, like if you just don't play MOBAs, you never knew Paragon, you come in, you're like, I'm fucking lost. So they were, mentioning the new player onboarding, etc. Right. And they were concerned also, is like, yo, there's only ranked in this game. So am I gonna have to learn, ruin my rank, and then never be able to come back from it? So Strange Matter said, nah, don't worry about it. When the game's released, everything will be reset. And they wrote, at least we can try things out without devaluing our account on release. Windu and the partner show do a good job on keeping everybody updated. So, I mean, that lets you know that there's individuals out there. I know plenty of people, they're not going to fucking read this post. They literally just wait for us to make a video and watch it and listen to it in podcasts. And they're like, and that's fine. Now I know what they're talking about.
That's fine.
But, which is cool for sure.
But the problem is like, I know, and you and me will talk more about it later, but we got to figure out how we can branch this out to more people, because right now it's being posted to your YouTube, and so it's going to your community, but we need to get the Fault community to, it needs to be out there for the Fault community, and maybe that's working more with Ryan, maybe that's working more with somebody else, but these videos are great. Like they said, like we're putting it out there. We're explaining it better for them. We need that advertisement so everybody can see it.
But I think here's my problem, and here's our problem with that situation. They can't show us some love on a consistent basis without somebody thinking that there's some sort of favoritism going on.
And I would love for that person. No, I do feel you, and I would love, and I'll call you out right now. I would love for that person to tell me that they're getting shown favoritism, because you and I both know, and anybody that's has been on this show, we put out in our partner Gen Chat. Anybody want to join up?
We tried to get people to join.
Yeah, we try to get people to join, and if you're available, you're available. If you're not available, that's fine. We're not downing anybody who's not available to do it. That's a different situation. But the people who aren't available to do it, they really shouldn't be able to say, hey, we're showing favoritism towards that, because what we're doing is a benefit towards the game.
It's we're for not the community. Like the whole group could be. Every single partner could be in here right now.
Yeah. We'll
emphasis on
we'll make a window. We'll make a huge,
I'll make it happen, bro.
Yeah, we'll make it look like a whole Zoom meeting, you know, and you got all these
Straight
different,
up.
30 different windows, you know, and everybody in here. That's fine.
I'll do
You know,
that.
that'd be a long video to get everybody's, you know, opinion in there, but, you know, we'll do it. Let's go.
We'd have to control it talk show style. But yeah, low key, like, hey, this question for you, that question for you. Be like, hey, Ed, I'm gonna need you to sit down. That's not your question, bro. Like, you're gonna have to keep control of it. But
that's true. But that would be great. I would love to get more people on here. All right. So
you bring up a fair point, because this is a partner panel. This is for all partners to share their opinions, their thoughts.
That's
and
literally why I named it what it is.
Yeah, and then you also gotta be mindful. We put in those links, so if anybody wants to go to any channel, whether it be mine, yours, etc., it gets posted. Like, hey, go here if you like this person's vibe, right?
Yeah.
But because I'll be real with you, I've brought up like, hey, like for example, the Morgesh video. Mm-hmm. I took time out to break down Morgesh's kit, her passive, recommended item builds, everything, right?
Yep.
And then it was one of those things where it's like, you saw it got posted in the community tab because that was about as best as they could do without showing favoritism. And I'm like, I'll be real with you, bro. There's so much more advertising that could be done, so to speak. I mean, free advertising, just sharing like that video and other social medias and stuff that could benefit the community. It's not like I'm asking you to share gameplay of me. I'm asking you to share a tutorial that's going to help the community. That's way fucking different.
Yep.
But I've been told before that they're afraid of showing favoritism to certain individuals, so it's got to be limited. Like we asked, for example, is like, what about keys? Like if I have, like if Cooch's Custom Tuesday has like a special event for Cooch's birthday, for example, can Cooch have free keys to give out so they can give to his buddies? That'd probably be a scenario. But then the rebuttal that I got was, well, it would have to be a special event case only. And then who decides it's a special event? SMS.
I mean, Cooch's birthday is a special event.
Well, but SMS might be like, yeah, his birthday isn't special. We're not going to do it. You feel me?
It is special. It lands on a holiday. How's it not special?
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like
literally almost everybody in America gets my birthday off, okay? Come on now.
When's your birthday?
May 31st. It literally lands right on Memorial Day. It literally ends on Memorial Day this year.
Bro, your birthday is 10 days from now?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. What?
Yep.
That's bonkers. That's cool. Everybody say happy belated. Or no, it would be happy early birthday. Belated is after. Yeah. Say happy early birthday if you made it this far.
Depends on when you watch it. If you watch it after the 31st, happy belated.
If you're late as shit, yeah. We'll have two threads. We don't blame you. But
if you're on time, happy birthday.
So let me ask you, how do you think that these videos can get to the community more, explaining all the patch notes and everything?
Community tab for one. You know, put it in the community tab. You know, it was put in the up here. You know, we're at that new community tab that's gonna be put in the main menu. Putting it on the playfault.com. Putting it on that community tab there. Putting it on their YouTube. They can reshare it to their YouTube. Am I wrong, or how's that work?
So it's weird because the way it would work is they can upload because they can upload our video to their YouTube. But then the only issue then would be like the monetization would just originate back to this channel, because YouTube is gonna realize like, hey, this is the original video, which you know, to each his own. But I also I get this vibe from Strange Matter Studios, and I get this vibe from seeing their past videos, that as far as official Strange Matters content, they don't want any other creator involved. Like at best, Sylph and Orion.
Yeah, no, and that I mean, I get that,
because a lot of partners could help. For example, like in their they could easily do a the dev streams with 2 devs and then a partner. That would be cool. have a random guest partner in those dev shows and everything, get an opinion from somebody that's not a dev to almost represent the community, right?
I loved watching Paragon's Community Corner. And I would love for Fault to do something different, or do something similar. I mean, but like you could have, Ryan Silfen, and then all of a sudden, guest Windu, on Community Corner. And this week we're gonna talk about Richter's fucking, alt that got changed or whatever. I'm just obviously making shit off the top of my head, but like. And then you guys go through it, and then you have Sylvan's Corner that kind of breaks down what he was thinking when he made this kit and how he did that and the numbers he crunched and whatever. Anyways,
so think of this. We are the Community Corner. We're the only weekly video, and we have the guests, right? Like it's like right now these videos are literally just partners going at it, and we have community members, we have mods that join us, etc. Who hasn't joined us till now, even though the offer is on the table? A dev.
We've had Ryan, and that's it. So that's the closest we've gotten to a dev was Ryan.
Community manager, and even then he it's weird because he really wasn't allowed to say much based off of our speculation and everything, but
I would love to get a dev on here. I've even we put it on, we put it into the videos, and we put it into the Gen Chat. Anybody's welcome. I would love to get a dev in here to talk about it.
In the past, the only staff I've gotten to make videos were Alea, said it right.
Hey, there you go.
And Ryan.
Yeah,
and I reach out to almost every single other dev, and the thing is, I always get hit with the I'm too busy, which it's understandable. They're working on the game, they might have their own personal lives, etc. But that lets me know then, as far as Community Corner or anything like that, they're not going to do it. They're probably just going to throw that shit at Ryan because he's a community manager, and they're going to be like, "Hey Ryan, do a Community Corner." You feel me?
Yep.
So
no, but.
I don't know. It was fun.
The YouTube situation is going to be maybe not work because obviously you said it. They want there to be their official content.
A differentiation. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I know not everybody does it, but reposting it through Facebook, through Twitter, through Instagram. You can easily take this link to the video and say, hey, this is a great breakdown of our latest weekly update. Check it out. Cooch, Windu, and company do a great job breaking down, weekly update 5/20/2021.
I have an idea. YouTube has community posts that can also be shared to a YouTube audience, which is predominantly who would probably watch a YouTube video. If you make a video, I can literally just share it with my audience through a post with your link, and the video shows up, but just my notes above. Hey guys, check this out, just like a normal Facebook post. But on YouTube, as you're scrolling, you just see a random Windu post leading you to Cooch.
There you go. And so doing that, the YouTube community post, retweeting it, or tweeting it, not retweeting it, tweeting it, putting it on to Instagram. Because I go through and everything that
I just don't know if it's bad faith. I just don't think
everything they tweet. I literally they tweet the weekly update. I tweet it and I quote tweet it, and I put obviously my normal let's go that I scream, and with more information that I feel like about it. Hey man, this boar skin fucking amazing or whatever. I just kind of go with it. So. I think they need to do something similar, because I would be able also, because like I said, this is going to your YouTube. So then once they tweet that, like I could retweet it, like, hey, go check out our video. We did this. And I mean, I do that now as it is. Like I grab the link, the YouTube link after, because when you post it live, I grab it. I put that like on there.
On the partner
I read
channel.
The comments. Yep, on the partner panel. And then I put it in the partner content, and then I post it in a couple of my other Discords I'm a part of for other people to watch, and then I'll post it. I have posted in the Fault Facebook that I'm a part of. I try to put it out wherever we can to get as much traction on it.
I like it because it's not only good for every individual partner or community member that's on here, because usually we're content creators if we're on here. Like,
Yeah.
even though it may be a mod like Armadillo and Bucket, etc., they still have their streams, right?
Right.
So I like it not because it can help the content creators that are taking a part of, but simultaneously, like, the major goal is for community, because we are the voice of the community. We bring up concerns that are being brought up to us. We bring up ideas. You know, sometimes the community gets behind some of these ideas. They might low-key go in the comments and be like, nah, Windu, you straight on something else, bro. I don't know why the hell you don't like those shoulder pads on that Boris. That shit looks fire. So who knows, right?
True. Yep.
But I just really do think, and I don't know if I'm pretty sure I might be biased for thinking this, but I just still think SMS, even though doing maybe like a project or two with their partners, etc., I just think the most underutilized tool SMS can use is their partners.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And I think that's another thing. If SMS did started backing the partner panel, not just by sending you a screenshot of a comment, but like actually backing it by what we're talking about, I think we might get also more partner involvement.
More partners wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They see that, like, more of the partners like, oh man, yeah, like this is actually getting some traction.
More value.
People are really, yeah. And they're like, okay, yeah, I want to be on this. I want to help out. I want to be, because maybe that's just like, maybe they're just saying like, oh, this is just Cooches and Windu's videos, like we're just going to be in there talking about whatever. Because even some of the partners don't even know what we're talking about. We've had some people come on like, well, so what are we doing here?
You're not wrong, bro.
We're going over the weekly update.
We're going over the weekly update, bro. It's like, oh shit. All right, I think I kind of skimmed over it, right?
Yeah. So we had that, so they don't even know that we make these videos. Some of them, So it's like, what's going on with this? So once they see what the video is, like, oh, I want to help the community. Oh, I want to be a part of this. So once they, SMS starts like really pushing that out there.
Shout out to a lot of individuals that are not partners and have wanted, like, either have participated in these videos constantly or have been wanting to, because there's a lot of community members that are like, yo, I'll jump in there. Let me jump in, bro. I want to talk about all this stuff. Like, I want to tell you about this fucking Boris skin, etc.
I can't name them all, but I know Vespada is always commenting on the videos, and I appreciate it. And I know he has a hard time getting over here because he's over in like Italy, spaghetti time zone, and then you got Deceiver. Deceiver's always commenting on these videos. You got Stunt V87 that's always here. And there's more. Like, everybody that comes in here and commenting and want to be a part of it, man, like, we understand it, and there's going to be a time, me and Windu talk more about it, but we'll probably even just get some community members in here just to kind of get, because we have feedback. Our partner bias, which going in with it, and which is not really much of a bias. As you can see, there's a complete difference between me and Windu.
I was about to say, bro, I'm like, no, like, I don't, right. Here's the thing too, though. I went to somebody else's, like, a random community member stream, right? I was checking my Discord and I noticed, I'm like, I got a list of live streamers. I'm like, let me just click on a random one and see what's up. Just YOLO, support the community. I go in, they're like, oh shit, Windu's here. Yep. And they're like, yo, who's Windu? It was like, yo, he's that Fault guy. I was like, Fault guy? And they're like, yeah. Like, we know you do a lot, but we know you're mainly Fault. I'm like, fucking why? Like, bro, I am not afraid to say it as it is about anyone. Quite frankly.
No, you're not. No.
Like, trust me, I'm probably I arguably say the only partner that treads that fucking line on a weekly basis. No?
Maybe on a weekly basis. I don't know. I just
no, I'm not talking about like
Mangoose is there too. But
I mean, like, Mangoose is no longer a partner.
Oh, is he not? Okay.
No. What happened is, towards the end of last year, when they announced new partners such as yourself joining, Mangoose wasn't making too much Fault content, and respectively, he said, he's like, hey, I feel like there's other individuals that deserve this opportunity more than I do. Okay. If I start making more Fault content, I'll let you guys know if I'm interested in Fault partnership again, but right now I honestly think I'm a wasted slot because my Fault content is sporadic. And gotcha. I 100 respect for him. Yeah. You feel me?
Oh, definitely.
And then he also brought up the fact that, he was just thinking a little bit, like, he felt a little bit too negative about the game at the time to be a Fault partner as well, which granted, you know, it was a rough patch for a lot of people. But bro, I'll be honest, man, my Let's Be Honest series started off just talking negative about Fault. Constructive criticism, which is needed.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, but they're trying their hardest, guys. Like, no, bro, come on. That's a fucking, it's a China plate on his shoulder. Like, no, you're not gonna tell me otherwise.
Right. No, and I mean, I think there's things that you and I can agree on, and there's things that you and I just disagree
yeah.
on.
Which is why they
really what kind of helps make the show even better, because, you know, you have that contrast, you know, and that's like when Ultrix, it was Ultrix. I don't know if you remember Ultrix. He's been away for a while because of COVID. He works at hospitals, so he's been busy. So he actually hasn't been in the community in a while. Right. That's rough. Yeah. So it's been hard for him to be around, but he's like, hey, you need to get on that Let's Be Honest with Windu. And I'm like, I was like, no. I was like, I don't fit that show, because it literally is like talking negative. And I was like, I really don't have anything negative to say. You know, it's not me. You know, but then eventually I came on anyways. But yeah, it's a good contrast,
bro.
So.
Did you remember the episode with Mac? One of the first, Let's Be Honest, Mac, the British guy.
Yeah, I remember that one.
So I
didn't know who that was, but yeah, I know the British guys. How it sold me, I'm like, oh yeah.
Dude, low key, Mac was just somebody that commented. He felt so strongly about a specific way about Fault, and I was like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Just randomly DM'd him. What are you doing tomorrow? You got a webcam? Bet. We about to make a video, bro. Say less. So then he came on, and people were like, I'll be honest, I thought that this conversation was gonna go off the fucking walls with like negativity and ranting and shit. But you know that one thing that I like to do, and just because, quite frankly, good conversation is, I play devil's advocate a lot.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Like you and I might be on the same side. Like I might feel the way you do. Yep. But let me play devil's advocate. What about this?
Yep.
So just because I feel a specific way doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna hear me be a 3-year-old about it. You feel me?
Right.
But that shoulder that has to be changed, bro. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yep.
But yeah, man. We're getting about that time here. Let's go ahead and start wrapping up. I just really think these mastery skins are in a good direction in general, as a whole. Could they be tweaked? Sure. Mastery skins are in a good direction. I'm really not liking the vagueness out of these guys. I like the details given in the main menu, like team chat, direct messaging, and more. I love that. That's what I like. Give me a little bit, but don't give me all of it.
Yep.
I like that. Right?
Makes you, when they do implement it, like, well, now you're gonna search for the Easter eggs. What was the and more? You know, then you go back to this post. You're like, okay, I see the team chat, I see the direct messaging, I see this, I see that, and they're like, wait, and they hold up, this wasn't added. Oh, this is something new. Okay, you know, and that'd be cool.
I do think Twitch drops without a special event, even if it's just adding a new skin. I do think a Twitch drop event with only existing content is a bad idea.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta have something. I mean,
just something like make it like the highest tier. That one of those new Sevrog skins, or you imagine Panda Boris is now in there out of nowhere. Yeah. You want to watch it? Yeah, you got to do this many hours on Twitch. Like something worthwhile. Because if you tell me, hey, after 6 hours, you're going to get Wasteland Twin Blast. Get the fuck out of here. But somebody might be like, I don't even like Twin Blast like that. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't want that skin. That's not even my favorite skin.
He is my least favorite carry, so that you're right. I wouldn't want that.
Bro, I play Twin Blast so much.
I know you do.
Like Murdock is my favorite, but Twin Blast actually has more games played. TBH. Right. It's horrible.
I'm not. I feel like his kit's not. I don't feel the immersion of his kit. His ultimate is really what it is. You change his ultimate to where I feel like I'm actually doing something with his ultimate, I would love it. And that's really what it comes down to. I just don't, when I hit R, I feel like I'm not doing anything different than before I hit R. Like I have to watch the numbers when I hit the guy to be like, okay, oh yeah, now those numbers are bigger numbers. I know I'm doing something different. That's how I feel about Twin Blast.
Got you. So there's one thing I'm going to show you after the video ends that I totally found out, and it's like a clear indicator where it's like, oh, the ultimate is on. Okay. Everybody else is watching. You don't get to find out. But we are going to end the video. And as always, till the next one.
Peace.